Winston Churchill is one of the most powerful names in modern history, a leader who stood against war, against chaos, and against the fear that paralyzed nations. But despite the fame, despite the statues and the endless speeches carved in memory, his final resting place is something almost nobody expects. Churchill didn't choose a grand state monument. He didn't choose a national shrine. He didn't even choose London. Instead, the man who shaped the world chose to disappear into a quiet village church, in a grave so small and so simple that many people walk past it without knowing who lies beneath. After his death in 1965, the world held one of the largest funerals ever recorded. World leaders, kings, queens, soldiers, and millions around the world watched the farewell. It was a moment of global silence. But once the ceremony ended, something unexpected happened. Churchill's coffin wasn't taken to a grand memorial. It wasn't placed in a national tomb of heroes. It was taken to a tiny churchyard in Bladen, a peaceful village far from the noise of the city. A place he visited as a child, a place that held his family history, a place where almost nothing changed for centuries. And this is the part that surprises people. Churchill wanted to be buried beside his parents, among ordinary villagers, in a grave marked only with a simple stone. No towering statue, no massive shrine, just a quiet patch of earth, for a man who carried the weight of the world. Today, visitors who go to Bladen are often shocked. They expect something huge, something monumental, but instead, they find a small grave under a tree surrounded by silence. It's almost as if Churchill wanted to remind everyone that power, fame, and history only matter while we are alive. In the end, we all return to the same earth. His grave became a symbol, not of victory or war, but of humility. The final act of a man who led millions, yet chose to sleep among a few hundred villagers, letting the world remember his actions, not his tomb. Maybe that's the lesson his final resting place tries to teach us, that greatness doesn't need marble and legacy doesn't need a monument. Sometimes the quietest graves hold the loudest stories.